I'm sick of living in a culture that idolizes stupidity. I mean, the overabundance of toxic masculinity and human rights that are dealt with politically and maliciously. While another tragedy is taking place today, seems to be the daily activity. I mean, I'm not trying to have this come off so pessimistically, but like, what the fuck is wrong with this world that we're living in? So what the fuck is wrong with this world that treats women like objects? We want them to embrace their sexuality when most men don't even understand the female anatomy, and a lot of you still can't find a clit, which is another tragedy. But what we're talking about, well, it gets worse radically. I mean, it doesn't even make sense rationally. Like, the penalty for aborting a rape is more severe than the rape itself? How is this a debate? How is this anything a man thinks they can dictate if misogyny is just how it translates, and there are people who do not like what I'm saying? So cue the hate. So what the fuck kind of world are we living in where I can get scrutinized for my opinion? Because we live in a society that is ruled by cancel culture, creating a rupture in society instead of creating a culture that is actually culture. By a positive influence, and not these influencers who aren't influencing anything influential. Which is why a lot of people's mental states are now pretty temperamental, which is the underlying pandemic here, and it's really detrimental. I'm not trying to be judgmental. So what the fuck kind of world are we living in? So what kind of world are we living in where millions of people can continue to protest for things that are unjust, and justice only seems to be something that is discussed, and every once in a while they follow it up with thoughts and prayers. And they keep telling all of us that this is a means to an end, but if they're not ending the means, well, in the end, there's really no end. We just stay in this vicious cycle over and over again. But this is America. But it seems more like a childish game with two frat houses bickering while our neighbor countries are snickering, considering they view us the way all of us view Floridians. Look at us slipping up. And all this shit is a bit triggered. But the old ways weren't working, and a lot of the new ways aren't either, so we're doing what we gotta do to survive. Said one of the greatest poets of all time. So how 30 years later, I still see no fucking changes. And I can't say that I'm not scared for my kids in the future, because my manifestation has a haze with an overcast of these cloudy days. And there is so many more things that we need to change, because I really don't want to keep saying, what the fuck kind of world do we live in?